Hey, what's up everybody? Nick here from Nick Skid Steer and Land Services. If you're thinking about installing a retaining wall, I'm going to give you 6 things that make sure to talk to your contractor about that he installs on your wall to make sure it lasts for a long time, beautiful, and safe. Now, first thing, let's define a retaining wall versus like a landscape wall. Now, if you're just putting in a landscape wall around a walkway, it's maybe a foot or two tall, that really doesn't apply to anything I'm going to be talking about because that wall is not holding back any weight really. It's just a decorative wall. So if that's your wall, this doesn't apply to you. We're talking about retaining walls. Retaining walls are on the side of a driveway, on the side of a slope change, and it's designed to hold back a force such as dirt, parking areas, sloped areas. That's a retaining wall. So the first thing you want to make sure that your contractor installs with your retaining wall is drainage. Now, what causes retaining walls to fail is the hydrostatic pressure behind the wall, which is the water that builds up in the soils, pushes on the wall and causes the wall to fail over. Now, most retaining walls built back in the day had no drainage, and that's why they all fail. Drainage is really simple. It's usually a 4-inch perforated pipe behind the wall at the base, stacked up with some drainage aggregate, allows the water in the soil to filter down through the rock, into the pipe, and out, relieving the pressure from the wall. So first, most important thing that should be on every retaining wall is drainage. If your contractor isn't putting drainage in, run the other way. Second thing we'll talk about is reinforced retaining walls. If your wall is going to be taller than maybe 2.5 feet, 3 feet, you want to make sure they use what they call geogrid. Geogrid is a tieback system. Essentially looks like kind of chicken wire, and it sits in between your rows of block, and it's laid back into the slope, and then as the dirt is recompacted into the load, which is the slope, the dirt will sit on the geogrid holding the wall back. So a reinforced wall is very important, again, for walls over about 2.5 feet. Now I want to make this point: any wall that's over 4 feet needs to be engineered, which means it needs a stamp of engineer's approval saying that wall is safe and how to structure it based upon the footing, the loading. So if you have somebody come to your house and he's going to put up a 6-7 foot retaining wall with no engineer stamp of approval, run the other way. If there's anything over 2-3 feet, you need reinforced tiebacks or geogrid. Okay, the next thing to look for on your retaining wall is, are they using solid block or hollow block? Now both are good, don't get me wrong, but hollow block has to be filled up with drainage aggregate as it's stacked. So just know if you're getting a solid block installed and how is it fastened together. Are they using pins? Are they using glue? What are they doing? So just make sure you know, because if they are using a hollow block, they need to make sure they're filling that block with drainage aggregate. And most good retaining wall contractors all do this, don't get me wrong. But if you see somebody and the estimate just seems a little too good to be true, I've seen plenty of walls that are failed, and usually the failing is, again, drainage, geogrid, or sometimes they just stack up hollow blocks and they don't fill them. So next thing, last thing you want to look at is if you're having steps cut into your retaining wall to maybe go up the slope to the grade, how are they going to construct the steps? Make sure you ask that question. 2 ways you can construct steps. First one is what they call cut-in steps, whereas they just take the steps and they essentially cut them into the grade and put some compacted material and put the steps in going up. Now, the problem with that is over time and settling will cause your steps to usually sink in a little bit if they're not done right. So those are cut-in steps. What we like to do on walls that are 4 feet and less is what they call a pyramid system, where we stack block. So the entire step system is block. So you have a big row back of block, and then your step, and then more block, more block, more block. So we don't put the steps cut into the soil where they can sink and settle. We build what we call a pyramid of block. A little bit more money, takes a little more block, but that's solid. It's not going to go anywhere, because on your 4th step, you've got 4 rows of block underneath it to your compacted base. Your 3rd step, you have 3 rows of compacted material on the base and 3 blocks. Your 2nd step is 2 blocks and 1 step is such. So pyramid versus cut-in steps. So make sure that when you get a retaining wall installed or a quote, make sure you ask about those 6 things I just mentioned to you. Thanks, and good luck with your project.